Hello everybody and welcome to another split screen playthrough where I just go through the Steam overlay for some reason.
Good job.
That one bit there. Yeah.
Good job.
But we also have a very important lesson to show you. Graffiti is art, however graffiti as an act of vandalism is a crime. Yeah, fuck you, man. Oh yes, everybody, it's Jet Set Radio, one of my favorite games of all time.
And one of the very few franchise, actually no, not few, one of the very many franchises that Sega ignores.
Hey,
and
look,
no,
unfortunately,
no, we do.
Actually,
yes,
you say
we
that,
are
but
aware.
There's a new game coming out.
I was just going to say that we know nothing about the new game, so until we actually get a trailer, I'm saying that Sega ignores this.
I think we
literally
will get a
just
trailer,
learned who's doing the
like...
music for the Shinobi remake. We literally, which was 3 days ago.
Oh, at the time of recording this, on June 21st, 2025.
Yeah, the time of recording, we literally just learned who's doing the music for the Shinobi remake. We still haven't seen gameplay footage of it, but we know who's doing the music. I do not mean that in a sarcastic way, because it's T and it's the original composer, which I'm all down for.
Hell yeah. Fucking love T-Lopes.
I'm all down for. But it's like, how about show some fucking gameplay footage before you reveal that he's doing the music, assholes?
Well, it's to drum up hype,
I know,
and
but still.
And
I will admit,
it's irritating. It's very irritating, but it works.
It will not surprise me if T also is going to work on the new game for this and Crazy Taxi.
Either way, I'm excited.
Yeah, and isn't Crazy Taxi just going to be like mostly licensed stuff though?
True.
I mean, yeah, that's
true.
I mean, I try to think of like
some original songs.
Well, yeah, but I try to think of like Crazy Taxi's OST, and the only thing that really comes to mind is All I Want from the Offspring.
The first thing I'm doing is changing the music all the way up because this song because the soundtrack slaps. Unfortunately, it'll get very copyright ridden to fuck.
Yeah.
So, I know that these soundtrack for Jet Set Radio and to an extent Jet Set Radio Future are available on streaming platforms like Spotify. Did they ever bring out like music CDs?
I don't. I think you'd have to. I'd imagine so. If they were on streaming, if they're on streaming now, they must have been on like CD or optical media sometime back in the day.
I don't know. I don't recall seeing people talk about that. But I will admit,
anyway,
I haven't really looked into that too much.
So we're just going through the tutorial here, just showing you the basic controls and all that good stuff, how to move and jump and all that.
Hey, where's the graffiti?
And now we get to no, we gotta go to the basics first.
Where's the graffiti?
We gotta do the grind set first.
This is the graffiti game. Why are we not spraying graffiti on things?
Well, it's because
what's up
we're
with
right
that?
here.
What's up with that traffic sign in the background there?
Oh, the one on the left that was just flickering.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
Okay,
no,
to be fair,
anyway, there you go, Ben. There you go, Ben. You happy? There's some graffiti.
Okay, to be fair, it should be mentioned that Nate is playing the Steam version, which I don't think...
The only modern way you can play this game, by the way. The only modern way you can play this game.
It's delisted.
Yep, it is. Thanks, Sega.
Yeah.
I should correct you and say it's the delisted Steam version.
Thanks, Sega.
But yeah, I don't know what the general consensus is on this version. Like, I don't really experience any problems with it that much, but then I also recall this being one of those games that can only be played at 30 frames per second, which, I mean, okay.
I don't love that, but it's fine. It's stable enough.
Yeah.
I don't think the original game ran at 60. I think it was still at 30.
It was still at 30, despite it being on the Dreamcast.
Yeah. So there's really nothing wrong with playing the game.
There's nothing wrong with 30.
Yeah. But the Dreamcast
So anyway, here
was
we get...
definitely a ambitious console.
It early was.
And here we get to see like bigger sizes of graffiti. This being the large size graffiti, which only does like three sprays in a row using the left stick in that direction, in that same directions.
You know, I'm glad I never tried playing this with mouse and keyboard, because I feel like that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Just moving the what would it be like moving the mouse in that circle motion?
Yeah, I mean moving the mouse would be the only way that makes sense. But I know that a lot of PC ports on this caliber just tend to forget that the mouse even exists. Like this is one of those games that I don't really feel like trying out without a controller.
I mean, that's not really a surprise, given that, you know, I don't think there are any keyboard controls on this game. Actually, now that I think about it, there probably are. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
And yeah, we gotta go through all of that by pulling a Marty McFly over here. Except I suck at it, so I'm just going up the hill manually.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
That's not Marty McFly, that's sketching.
No, this is Biff Tanner.
No, you
Except
getting hit
without
by
the
the
manure.
car. You getting hit? No, it's literally called sketching.
Sketch. Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. If you played Tony Hawk, I think starting in 4. I think it's either 4 or Underground that introduced that maneuver. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, and I also think that's how Bully refers to it.
I forgot Bully also has that ability.
I bet you forget that Bully has bike tricks. Has a frickin' BMX BMX trick mechanic.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
You race the bikes, and sometimes I'll basically just punch a person on a bike and just start a Speedway Bad Future.
I mean, you ollie.
Bike away from the cops. Yeah, you can ollie.
You perform ollie on bikes.
Yeah. It's like that's not really
It's not really a trick. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It's more like a maneuver.
That you don't really need.
Well, I mean, it's nice that you have it, just so you can jump over like jumps or something.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, unlike here, where basically where ollieing is because it's a platformer.
There is no ollieing in Jet Set Radio, and it's kind of it's
you're
kind
still
of
jumping.
not a platformer. Kind of not a platformer, but it sort of is. I don't know how to describe it.
I consider this a platform. I consider this game series platform.
It's valid, I guess, but it's not just a platformer. It's if anything, I'd call it a pseudo 3D platformer. If anything,
it is one of those like betweeny genres.
It's those hybrid genres, you know?
Yeah. So earlier it was mentioned that this is one of those like neglected franchises. So I'm kind of curious. Did any of you ever played Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
No.
I have.
Neither have I.
I have.
I still want to. I still want to.
I'll tell you this, it's really good. If you like this sort of game like I do, then you're probably gonna have a pretty good time with it.
It's not Kaguma. It's not Kaguma.
Well,
so.
that's you know, he didn't develop the game. He made the music for it.
Yeah, it's still kind of considered not a Kaguma game.
Well, no, it's more so just a Jet Set Radio style game with the same composer for Jet Set Radio. The composer doesn't make the whole franchise. I mean, not necessarily, but yeah.
I mean, the composer is pretty much the only thing people talk about with this game.
Yeah.
The IP anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that and Sonic Rush.
Anyway, here's the inside of the GG's hideout here.
Yeah, basically you can tweak your settings, you can change your graffiti.
You can make graffiti. You can
also set
game.
off, and you can also choose which of your gang members to actually play.
Which
And
I think is a pretty neat
thanks,
feature, but I
Ben.
ultimately don't really do.
Which one?
Thanks, Ben. I can take it from here.
Wow.
So anyway, here's the first real stage of the game. You're literally just going around and spraying all the finding the red arrows and just spraying the graffiti everywhere near them.
Yeah, and incidentally, this is also the song that got picked up by YouTube's copyright ID system.
So, so mental note, mute song.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a crime to mute any part of the OST for this game.
Yep.
I'll try my best to make it like low as possible. All that. And as you may have noticed, the more you spray your frickin' graffiti all over the level, the
police come.
The guy shows up.
Police come.
Yes, the police guy shows up. I'm having a brain fart. I'm sorry.
Police guy.
Yes, the police officer. The police. Yes, the police. Yes. I'm fucking. What is wrong with me?
And if you do enough, the main police guy shows up.
Yep, and it's kind of funny, but also really fucked up that the police in Jet Set Radio tends to shoot at children.
Supposedly they're at least 18.
Yeah, the characters are at least 16 to 18.
Say 18. It makes sense. It makes more sense because they're legally adults.
No, I recall some of them being 16.
Some of them being
16
like in
is
their
an
older
adult
teens,
in
yes,
Japan.
but still, and it's also Japan, so there's that.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else? Yeah, like I said, the music is not from Hideki Nakanumura is fantastic.
And
it's stuff that we can't even fucking play here without getting copyrighted. But
and
whatever.
it's why
whatever.
people love the soundtrack to Sonic Rush, but not Sonic Rush Adventure.
I mean, people.
Sonic Rush is from Naganuma.
Yep.
People liked the OC for Rush Adventure, didn't they? I mean, they liked New Adventure.
Not as much as Rush.
It's still good.
Personally, I'm gonna be crucified for this one. I think the core from Adventure is better than Wrapped in Black.
All right.
Notice that with every stage that there's a grade at the end of how good you did.
So I expect you're gonna get the highest grade every game, just like with Victor and Sonic Unleashed.
No, I'm just doing my best to get as many jet ranks as possible, but don't expect me to get all of them.
All right.
At the end of the day, this is just me beating the game without, and not going through 100%, so.
Yeah. What are the 100% requirements for this game?
I think it's just getting every single graffiti soul in in all areas.
All right, because I
The graffiti souls are the Jet Set Radio logo just flying around, just spinning around the stage.
Okay. Yeah, because I recall the game. I recall the game being pretty, I wouldn't say intense, but I remember. I kind of dropped out when I played the game. When I first played the game, I think I was in one of those like downtown night kind of levels, or residential areas. I don't know. I don't exactly know what it was. I think I got pretty close to finishing the game, but I just felt like the level got like a bit too big and too much of a treasure hunt, and I kind of got burned out from it. So, yeah. I respect.
Really liked Onishima. It was just
Right.
focusing way more onto him instead of you.
I like how he just moves when he's aiming at you. It's just like.
I mean, that is how.
enemies.
I mean, that's how you look when you are.
When you hold a gun.
No, when you're doing the can't think of the zoom and look. Well, okay, that's how you look when you use the Quake rocket launcher in TF2.
It's just squatting in the squatting.
No,
and-
no, directly in the middle. It's directly in the middle.
I see. Right.
It's honestly one of my favorite soldier weapons, just because of that stupid angle.
I've not played fucking
TF2.
TF2. No, I missed out on that. As you can see, each character has like better attributes to them. So they have each of them has like a lot of health. Each of them might have like better, faster graffiti techniques, like doing. By like doing less analog stick movements,
Yeah.
or sometimes, what else? I think that's about it.
What would you say to be the most necessary skill in this game?
I'd say, well, obviously, your graffiti.
Right.
Because you obviously want like an easier time spraying graffiti, especially the bigger targets.
Yeah,
No,
graffiti,
I definitely.
graffiti and speed would be the two bigger targets to go for.
Speed doesn't necessarily matter that much
So you
in
can
this game.
travel the map faster.
No, speed doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter in this game, at all. Every character moves exactly the same, and moves exactly and it's exactly the same pace.
Yeah.
However, you can use that to your advantage, but I'll get to that much later in the this game.
You missed all those. Man.
Don't need them. Don't need them.
Yeah, I'm actually with him on that.
Don't need them.
Ba-
And yet you failed one.
It's only one.
Now you're left with one can.
Look, it's one can, and the cans respawn, alright? I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. I was padding out the runtime. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
No, padding out the runtime would mean just standing there and admiring the music.
Or no, just standing there and playing and just letting the music play.
Yeah, exactly.
Which early YouTube channels have done several times probably before realizing they could just rip the soundtrack and just upload that to YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah. Until, you know, I think Sega started doing it themselves.
Yep.
And Nintendo,
I don't think
but to an even lesser extent.
Yeah,
well,
not so much
Nintendo decided to do a bit of a different approach. They made their own YouTube or Spotify
Spotify,
for,
it's for Spotify.
for video
That's what I
game
mean.
music.
That's literally what I mean, Victor.
Yeah.
But thanks for clarifying that to the audience. Or lack of audience.
Do you guys use the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Music app?
Not yet.
Nope.
I can't. I'm planning on when I actually get NSO back.
I'm working on it. Unfortunately,
I wasn't
PayPal
saying that
isn't.
about you. I wasn't saying that about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that took offense
You weren't saying
to it.
that. You weren't saying that to rush the process. Clearly,
No.
I know you weren't. I know you weren't.
Period.
Yeah, I know you weren't. Don't worry. It's fine.
But now I might be.